everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play the Outer Worlds. In the last session, we arrived here at Byzantium. And we start today's session in Byzantium. Because we got things to do. Yes, we've got to go and speak with Minister Clark. We have a key obtained from a drunken fool who we may have well killed with alcohol poisoning. And, yeah. That is the only goal of today's session, really. Although, we are going to just check a couple of areas of Byzantium out that we haven't explored properly, because there may be other things for us to do here. In addition to rocking out to the live music. What? You notice I've got Ellie with me today. I thought we'll give her a bit of an outing, you know. We've neglected her for the entirety of the game. We thought we'd break her free from her shackles.
If I spit, think I can hit that mechanical down there?
It's kind of weird because I'm playing with a different headset at the moment, because my current headset is a bit worse for wear, and last night I put a new headset on. I got a HyperX headset with my allowance at work, because I use this headset for Microsoft Teams and stuff, but it's noise cancelling, and so I can't hear anything. When I'm talking properly, my voice sounds a bit different compared to normal.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this.
So excuse me if I appear to be shouting. Right, okay.
That episode from a few weeks ago was supposedly based on a real incident.
So we haven't necessarily been down this way, so we thought we'd just have a quick nosy, just see if there's anything worth our time and effort this side of the city.
I can't come down anymore, my good man. I'd have to request a counter waiver, and you know how dreadful the paperwork is.
Don't I ever, my dear fellow? Why, I spent
Such as the Bureau of Exploration. Let's see what this is all about, shall we?
Sorry, but we don't provide directions.
Fine, I shall help myself. What exactly is this place?
Well, you're obviously not from around here. I don't believe I've ever seen visitors in the Bureau before, come to think of it.
Yes, well, I'm just taking in the sights.
Are you serious? You're a sightseer? I didn't know people like you even existed. Oh, this is just too perfect. Alonso Vallejos. Extraordinarily pleased to make your acquaintance, and so on and so forth. I'm currently operating a sightseeing tour of sorts. Think of it as a guided journey across Halcyon. Would you be interested in a trial run?
It might be. How does it work?
Glad you asked. Our tour guides you across some of the most picturesque and breathtaking sights around Halcyon. We've placed some beacons across a series of locations around Halcyon. All you have to do is follow the beacons to adventure. That slogan's a work in progress. So, what do you think? Are you interested?
Oh, we have to physically... I thought it was like a virtual tour, like this was like a museum or something. Having to physically go anywhere, considering we've already explored the vast majority of Halcyon already, doesn't really appeal to us. Yeah. I've seen plenty of Halcyon already. I'm not overly impressed.
Well then, that just makes you the perfect test subject. If my guided tours can impress you, they'll impress anyone.
sorry to disappoint you, Alonzo, but I've suddenly lost interest.
Are you sure? There's a fancy hat in it for you.
Oh, well, if my name was Fedora, I might have been swayed by that comment, but it's not, so, I said no.
Fair enough, fair enough. If you change your mind, I'll be here. And remember, fancy hat.
Now, if you were selling me those glasses, or giving me those glasses, perhaps Shepard is a glasses kind of guy rather than a hat kind of guy. Right, let's move on. Oh, there's an elevator here. Okay. Let's just pop upstairs. Yeah, considering we've explored a lot of Halcyon, you know, we've seen enough of Monarch, for instance, to last us a lifetime. We really don't wish to go on any kind of guided tour. We've probably seen enough. I'm sure his tour will not take us anywhere that we haven't already seen. Okay, so this is just like, what, apartments? Offices? Lockwood's office. Okay, we've got no intention of robbing the man. We're just being nosy, really. Yeah, a virtual tour would have been nice of the Halcyon. We could have compared it to the real life tour that we've already done, and to see whether or not it's, you know, accurate. But nah. We don't intend to revisit old places for the sake of a fancy hat. Okay. We shall continue to explore Byzantium then. Halcyon Parcel Service. Hang on. What's that about? Wanda Chen. Loads of guards. Post office.
Those wastrels in Emerald Vale have all abandoned their work, did you know? How typical.
How typical. What a complete set of layabouts.
Burning the midnight oil, are we? The Halcyon Parcel Service's work is never done. Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of accuracy.
I see. What exactly do you do here?
Halcyon Parcel Service is the most dependable parcel delivery service in the colony. You might even say we're part and parcel of Halcyon's commercial enterprise. That's just a little parcel joke.
Okay, so if someone needed a package delivered, they'd come here.
Nope, just parcels. We don't deal in packages.
What's the difference?
It's very technical. Halcyon Parcel Service strictly adheres to the standards and definitions of packaging as outlined by the Executive Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. We can ship all the parcels you want. But if I start shipping packages, I could get into some real trouble. Handcuffs and hard labor trouble.
Okay. We deal in parcels, but we don't deal in packages. Completely confused.
I'm afraid I can't help you at the moment. Have a prosperous day.
Okay. Customer service at its finest.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar. A CCN 76 knocks out the bar.
And what's this? The Odeon Pictures. What, a cinema?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk into you like that. Oh, my goodness. Ruth Bellamy?
Odeon Pictures? Could be a cinema. Could be a cinema. Receptionist.
For all auditions, please use the elevator on the left.
Auditions? What auditions?
For all auditions, please use the elevator on the left.
'Auditions? What auditions?
'Auditions? 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 '
does Shepard consider himself an actor? I think he might do. He'll just be his usual surly self and...
Can we do this? Hold on. Gotta fix my hair.
My cousin's in pictures. That business makes piracy look civil.
He'd be like a kind of Jason Statham type of guy, you know. Plays the same character in every film. He'll always play the surly guy.
Hey, we're on break. Quit playing with the intercom.
Damn you.
I don't have to take this. I'm a junior associate director's assistant. I don't have to take this.
Okay, no additions for Shepard then. It's a shame. Well, we got off to a great start today. We're about 12 minutes in or so, and we've not really done a great deal. Bit of sightseeing.
So...
A lot of disappointment.
You're really running around with us now, huh?
Sure am. I'm a part of the crew now. Got my own bunk and everything.
You know, Felix, now that you're a real pirate, I should induct you into the Pirate's Code of Silence.
Ooh, the Code of Silence. What's that?
It means you agree not to talk for a very long time.
Okay, so Minister Clark apparently is down that side. And we've been here, of course. That's Ellie's parents. That's Dr. Chartrand. We haven't been to the Acropolis District and looked around here properly. This looks... Oh, it's restricted access. Ah.
The Acropolis District is off limits. Move along.
Look, I'm pretty tired. After hauling around all these bits, you don't mind if I take a breather, do you?
You could have asked me, you know.
What in the law's name are you on about?
Okay, well, I was going to just grease your palm with a few coins, but obviously you're too stupid to realize that, so I'll just turn around.
Honest mistake. Why don't you come back another time and we can take this from the top?
Okay. I don't even know what's in here that's worth bribing her for, but because it's off limits, I'm kind of like, I want to go in. Right, we'll deal with Minister Clark first. I've got a feeling we're going to end up here anyway at some point. You know? Looks rather important and all that.
You must be joking. Our fair city is being overrun by a pox of vagrants and undesirables, and your plan is to sit idly by.
And what would you have me do?
I don't know. Something.
Okay, so is this his estate? Literally in broad day? Oh. Hang on. Do we have the appropriate... I think we do. In fact, we don't even have to sneak. We've got the disguise on. We're probably disguised as a Halcyon guard, right? Wrong? Is it worth even getting seen on purpose to try it out? No, we won't risk it. Okay, we are in. It's easy as that. Highly efficient guards, you'll see. I hope he's not paying him top whack. Oh. Okay, so we need to figure out where we're going here, because we must have... Okay, that's fine. Through the kitchen? It's okay, we've got a disguise on.
Keep your shoulders up.
We shouldn't be needing to sneak here. Unless we lose our disguise, and then we get 3 things. Right, okay. Coming in.
How did you get in here?
Excuse me for my intrusion. Minister Clark, I believe.
You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister fella, if that is his real name.
So, this is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh? Small room for a big shot.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Yeah, I don't know what on earth you're talking about.
Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Call me a moron again, Aloysius, and I will put a bullet between your eyes.
Oh, terribly sorry. I thought you were part of Rockwell's PR team. But if you're not, that means you're a dissident? A real live dissident?
Finally! High time we got the recognition we deserve.
And so affable. Why, you're nothing like the crazed hooligans the board loves to caricature. But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
I'll cut to the chase. I'm here for the dimethyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
I don't know if our chemicals are here, but this guy is definitely not.
Will that be all, then?
Listen, pal, don't patronize me. I think he's trying to get his guards' attention, maybe. I have records proving you've been hoarding dimethyl sulfoxide. Don't play stupid with me.
Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
Alright. Okay. You mean, Chairman Rockwell's locked you up here?
You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
So the chairman's a crook who can't be trusted? Who knew?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Alright. And you expect me to believe this? Do you have proof of this?
After seeing this place, is it really a stretch? I've been confined to this house for years, and even I can tell you, things aren't right in Halcyon. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
If by look for details he means knock things about and take what we like, count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy business, and it rarely pays.
This is about more than bits. This is about the survival of the colony. If you don't help, who will? Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
So you mentioned this headquarters. What's that about?
Halcyon Holdings Corporation, the collective of companies that run the colony together. Allegedly in partnership with the Earth Directorate and appointed Minister of Earth.
Okay. And how do I get to this headquarters?
Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
Obvious reasons?
They're rather dirty. There are also rumors of sprat infestations, faulty automechanicals, and other unsavory hazards, if that sort of thing bothers you.
All right. And once I get into the Acropolis District, what then?
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
All right. How did you manage to hang on to this card?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Okay. On that note, I'll get going.
Wait. Brockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Brockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
Right, okay. What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
You're awful trusting for a guy who's been locked in his own house for years.
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resources are no match. And it is hardly in their interest to let Halcyon crash.
Well, it's a A plan, I suppose.
Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis District.
Do we actually need to continue in our stealth approach now? Looks like we do. So, we need to investigate the chairman's office, but we need to get to the Acropolis District first. There's a security checkpoint, and it also said something about broadcasting. Here it is. Send Minister Clark's message. Go to the building and send his message. Right, okay, so I think we'll do that in tandem. Right, onwards. We get 3 checks anyway. Let's go out the main doors. Run! See ya! Nothing to worry about. Just had an appointment with Minister Clark. Bye. Okay, so 2 options: maintenance tunnels or through the guards.
You must be... Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating off of him?
You're lucky I'm not the kind of guy to go shooting people that insult me. Right, for sake of ease, I think bribing might be best. If we don't bribe and we go through the maintenance tunnels and then we end up on the other side, we are kind of going to need to be stealthy, right? Whereas if we bribe and get in with the guard's permission, then we shouldn't need to sneak about because the guard has let us in. That's our kind of justification for doing this, really. Although there's a further checkpoint there.
What is it now?
Okay. Remember what I was talking about earlier?
As I recall, you were saying something about being tired and needing a breather.
That's exactly right. These very precise 2,856 bits have been weighing me down all day. How about you hold on to them for a little while before, take the load off?
Sure. Let me just take that off your hands. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis District.
Ah, that's what I thought you meant. See you later. Aha! Yes! We can literally just walk on in, you see.
I never could have handled the desk job.
Acropolis District. We're going right to the money. Right, there's two. Let's just double check that they... Oops, I go to the same place first. Because once I go to the wall there, okay, that's still the same. Yeah, both go to the same. Alright, that's good. Mind you, when we get inside, we're probably not going to have the same liberties. Or maybe we are. No, because this is just like the public foyer. Okay. Let me do the talking and play it cool. That's all I need you to do.
The board zone headquarters. Or as I like to call it, Jackass Central.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Thank you. Hi, stimulating. Okay, so it looks like the only way to go really is through that. The rest of these doors seem sealed. I can check. Yeah. There's only one way in, my friends. Excuse me.
Please step away. This entry is for high priority HHC business only.
Is this official enough for you?
Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form.
Let's do everything above board here. Fine.
Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms?
Okay. As you can quite clearly see, I'm on very important business. Time critical business. How about you save us both some trouble and just let me through? Is this the face of a man that's going to try anything stupid?
I was going to suggest that myself. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms, and I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. So I'm going to save us both some trouble and waive your forms.
That's mighty fine of you. Good idea.
Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Don't worry, boss, I got a plan. First, we get ourselves some tossball sticks, right? Then we sidle up to him all polite-like.
You do that. The rest of us will watch.
Excellent. Good to see security is as lax as ever. Penthouse. Remember what I said. Let me do the talking. And nothing silly.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery.
Yes. It's good to see you've got your priorities sorted. What do you do here?
Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby.
Any chance I could meet Chairman Rockwell?
Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else?
No, I don't think there is. Okay. Well, blow me down. That's put the kibosh on things, hasn't it? So how exactly are we supposed to get in? Oh. Like that, apparently. Ooh, nice windows.
Excuse me, just a moment.
Get inside.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, you could.
I beg your pardon. Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors.
I won't be long. I'm just admiring the architecture.
I suppose that is admissible. Please try not to break anything.
Don't worry, I'm trained in examining architecture. Right. Let's have a wee look around here, shall we? A terminal or something. Ah.
Look at this fancy office. Chairman's bleeding the whole colony dry.
Look at this indeed. Room with a view. Alright. Let me get to this. Priority message. Chairman. The rough cut of the presentation is prepped to play. The PR department has a lot of work to do, but we've covered the basics. Halcyon is on the brink of starvation, the board scientists are working on a solution, workers can look forward to the lifetime employment program for their chance to contribute. You'll see the current version when you print your key card for the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale, and yes, before you ask, the dimethyl sulfoxide has been delivered there. Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. It's waiting for your sign-off on the broad strokes. Okay, key card. Oh!
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
What a man.
The board is crooked, but this is just evil.
I don't know about you, but I'm all for living fast and dying young.
Okay, personal files. Percival? How long does it take to clear out an abandoned office? Toss Clark's belongings into the streets of Byzantium for all I care. He's not using them. Just get my office expansion done before I return. I'm tired of staring at the hole in the wall. And for law's sake, do something about that doom and gloom presentation. We have the brightest minds in Halcyon working in our public relations department, and they make this announcement sound like a damn funeral elegy. Eulogy? We need something bright and cheerful. We need something we can sell. Masseuse. Reschedule my massage. Huh. Food reserves? I made inquiries and can confirm that we have plenty of food, real food, stored away from our inter-colony trade. The nutritional profile of food produced within Halcyon has continued to decline. Soon people are going to start feeling hungry no matter how much they eat. Unfortunately, it's gotten too expensive to continue buying from even the closest colonies. But what we have will sustain Byzantium and a minimal workforce for the foreseeable future. And other corporations up in arms about their shares. Right, send message. 3 to 9 months. Huh. Good God. Okay. See if that ruffles a few feathers. Right, what the hell is this bottle of alcohol? A snow globe. Very posh. So what alcohol do these guys drink? Iceberg whiskey, Spectrum vodka, purple berry liqueur, and some pet pills. Living life on the edge. Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Okay, so that's not this building, I'm assuming. Let's get out of here. Okay, architecture studied and is all in order. Glad that we could be of some assistance. Do 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 do. Bing bong. There we go, you see? Nice and peaceful, no melodrama, no fuss. Ah. La da da, la di da da, la da da da. Oh, these keycards are great, aren't they? Wonders with locked doors. Ooh, fancy. Very fancy. Now, where do we need to be? Sounds like we need to be down. That's right, people. You do your jobs. Ah. This could be the one.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance.
It's okay. I'm a doctor.
I don't care if you're a brain surgeon. If you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in.
Worth a try. You'd be surprised how often that works.
Good effort.
Like I said, X-36 clearance only beyond this point.
X-36 clearance. How about this for clearance?
I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
Oh dear. Flashing the card didn't have the required effect. Right, okay. So we need clearance. How are we going to get clearance? HR! Of course. HR office and a bit of hacking. That will give us clearance. Shut the doors behind you, please. Okay, what have we got here? Complaints. Theodore Isaacs keeps eating my purple berry lunches. I know that sprat-toothed little snot is the one doing it. I've seen him with cracker crumbs on his lips and purple berry stains on his lab coat. Working next to him and seeing him pick the remains of my lunch out of his disgusting teeth just makes me want to scream. There, I did it. I screamed a little. Felt good. I'm just going to sit in the kitchen and wait for him to do it again. I'll catch him in the act, and then I'll come back and write up another entry. I'm going to be so livid. So Caroline has an ongoing feud with Theodore. Okay, that's supposed to help us somehow. It'll come to us. We'll have a brainwave. Look at all these lovely statues. Restricted access. Do we have the required authority? Yes, we do.
Looking good, soldier.
Nice and easy.
Shh. Nice and steady. Nice and steady. Official business. Just look fishing. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Ah. Okay. Do we look like scientists? Should we look like scientists? What should we look like? Who knows? Who cares? Let's just get what we came for. Yes. Yes. Quite some way to go. Right. La di da di da. La da 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 da. Don't move. Don't move. Jesus. Should probably have come here with the required stuff. You know, the credentials. Would have been this bit easier. Trying to think what's the best way to get there. Seems to be probably up. And then down and in. Okay. If we can get past a few guards without being seen, that will be ideal.
I better take a look.
Right, if we
Why are you
can
playing tricks on me?
just kind of hide here and let that guard walk past, and then sneak behind him.
What? Sauce? Hey! No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification.
I think I may have left it at home. It's a bit embarrassing. I do apologise, but I do have official business here.
Sure. I've heard that one before.
Look, my story involves 3 sprats, a half-drained stun button, and a gallon of stimulation.
Stop, stop! I don't want to hear anymore. Just don't let me catch you again without your ID. Okay?
Okay, you got it. Thank you. Ha 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 ha. Can we jump over? Alright, here we are. With a load of floating bodies. We don't really have time to delve too deep into this. Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Human testing is a required step of any new product or process in order to ensure accuracy. Please be sure to document the result of all tests thoroughly to save the expense of additional trials. Have a look at the lab notes first. The addition of dimethyl sulfoxide to the current round of tests has resulted in some improvements. Subjects are showing improved circulation and increased neural activity. However, our formula is still missing something. We are still unable to fully revive subjects from long-term hibernation, and removing their supply of dimethyl sulfoxide results in their rather excruciating death. The problem is compounded when we consider reviving and freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. To make matters worse, we've had a hard time securing additional dimethyl sulfoxide. We may have to make do with this batch. Oh dear. Well, we'll be taking this batch then. Warning, this procedure may result in the invalidation of experiment results and the death of human test subjects. Further information. Sudden withdrawal from dimethyl sulfoxide is highly lethal and will result in the cancellation of any in-progress experiments. Experiment integrity and test subject vitality can be maintained by leaving a 73.629% concentration in circulation. Okay. Oh, so what do we do? Do we kill everybody by taking all of it? Or do we just take a little bit of it? Moral choice. Holy hell. So, I mean, we either save, you know, a smaller proportion of the colonists and leave these guys alive, or we kill all these guys and save the same, probably the same proportion of colonists. So we're just choosing these guys, who we don't know, or colonists that we don't know. Does it matter? Whichever way we look at this, somebody is going to die. Might as well be these guys. Apologies. Oh. Oh shoot. I think we need to get out of here. Oh, just avert your eyes, people. Right. We've got it. Okay. We got it. Let's level up to take our mind off that excruciating, painful death we just put people through. Right, skill points. Science. And dialogue. Persuade, particularly. Okay. Right, now that you have the dimethyl sulfoxide, rendezvous with Phineas at his lab to plan your next move. Ooh. Plan on. We've got to get out of here first. Shouldn't be a major problem. Exit. Yeah, that'll do. And then just turn right. Perfect. Can you imagine if his Phineas has been spinning as a tail all this time? How foolish would we feel? Back to the Unreliable then, and let's transfer ourselves over to Phineas's lab to see what he has to say about our acquisition. He should be positively bouncing.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing. You have a message from Adjutant Sofia Akande.
Uh-oh.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Yeah, well, shall we skip the pleasantries? You've contacted me for a reason. Spit it out.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
Go on.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Okay. Convince me. In fact, what exactly is he wanted for?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
So you want me to, sell him out, eh?
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
No. Send a tracking signal. I mean, they've been keeping tabs on us, apparently, and, you know, they managed to track us down to that space station. Why can't they track us to his lab, if they wanted? Anyway, we're not doing it. I mean, we've seen how the board operate in their practices. Not impressed. Not to mention they left us floating in the hope for God knows how long when we were promised a new life on the colony. You know, head of security and all that, and that never transpired. They couldn't give a rat's ass. So, we don't know this guy either, really. But he revived us from our slumber, which we're thankful for. And hell, if he does end up having some kind of malicious intent, well, we'll sit back and watch the chaos. We got a sneaking suspicion, knowing how the board are, that he's going to be true to his word, and they're just trying to put a stop to it because it goes against their plan. It's going to put them in a bad light.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Good job, Edie. Ada, apologies. Getting my games mixed up. Right, let's do this.
Hey, boss, I've been thinking.
Mm-hmm.
If we wanted the board's attention, we got options. Piracy, vandalism, maybe some light arson. We want to put some fear in the board, right? Get them scared of us.
The board already has plenty of reasons to fear us, I feel. They can't control us. That in itself is probably frightening to them.
I want to believe you, but the adjutant didn't seem too scared of us. You just got an audience with Sofia Conde. That's the adjutant to the chairman? You sure we should be trusting her?
I don't trust her. It's obvious she's using us, but who said I'm going to carry out what she's asked?
If you think she's using us, why'd you give her the time of day?
I've got a plan, Felix. I always have a plan. Just trust me.
You got some secret plan to double-cross the board? I knew it! Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. I know we're freelancers and all. We take work where we can find it. But we gotta be vigilant, you know? This is how the board gets you. A job here, an errand there. Before you know it, you're calling him sir and ma'am.
I know what I'm doing, Felix.
Just trying to watch out for you, boss. I appreciate your time. Let's get back to it.
Indeed, let's. Oh, how about he? A more pliable companion. Just stays silent. People really should know their place. That's not to question what I'm doing. Dr. Wells, I have returned.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Okay. You are aware the colony's on the verge of collapse, aren't you?
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
Alright. And the chairman is planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
So he is aware of the full facts. I have found the chemicals in the ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
Yeah, well, I took the entire batch of chemicals. That meant the test subjects had to die, but, well, it was either them or the colonists.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish?
The board is trying to mitigate damage to human tissue during the revival process.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress.
They did sound optimistic.
Yes, I bet they did. The board scientists are more worried about pleasing their superiors than making real advancements. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
I'm assuming there is something that we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Okay, there is a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
Yes, well, the Hope is probably damaged. This is Pavlati feeding him the information, of course. We'll have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I don't understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship, count me in.
Yes, excellent. I approve of your enthusiasm, young man. You should ask your captain for a raise. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Do we have questions? Maybe?
Certainly. How can I help?
Should I expect any resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
Alright. And skipping this giant colony ship into the rings of Terra 2 isn't going to cause, I don't know, a bit of a scene?
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
Alright.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
Just so I'd let you know, the adjutant asked me to plant a tracking signal in your lab. Don't worry. I'm not going to do it.
You absolutely should.
You've been sarcastic.
Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time.
Okay. Fine.
Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
So about the Hope.
Certainly. How can I help?
Oh no, that's fine.
You got a second?
The hell? He's a chatty one today, isn't he?
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call wordplay.
Yeah, I got it.
Nothing gets past you, boss. In fact, I've been thinking about what we'd call our adventure serial. Thrilling Tales of the Unreliable. Or maybe Spine-Chilling Stories from the Edge of the System. Was also considering Astounding Adventures in the Ether. I'm partial to that last one.
I'm a simple kind of guy. The Adventures of Shepherd and Company will do.
Not bad. Got a nice ring to it. Stealing the Hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait.
Keep up the enthusiasm, Felix.
Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
So we're gonna plant this tracking device then. Scrambled, of course. Send the regular one or the corrupted one? Better not slip my finger here. Right, corrupted.
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
No problem. Ooh. What's she going to say about this? Will she realise it's scrambled? I doubt it.
If you stop in the engine room, Would you ask Parvati to... You have a message from Adjutant Sofia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Oh, hell. Okay, we'll ask questions in person, if we decide to go there. See you there. Okay, interesting. So we'll just quickly level up again. See, that cancels it, you see. Oh, that cancels it. 1, 2, and science. Putting points into science is probably not going to help us at this point. We're almost at the end of the game. And the only reason why I was doing this is to get to the reduced tinkering, but I think we may need these more towards the end. We're getting some very important conversations, so I think what I'm going to do is actually put my points into... we'll focus on Persuade. Get as high as we possibly can, just in case. There is an opportunity for us to use that near the end for an important conversation. If there's anything that boosts our skills in talking, now would be a good time to take them from here as well. So let's have a look. Vendor prices, movement, science weapon, highlight range, vendor buying prices, consumables. I don't believe so. Actually, we may have already taken it, you know. Dialogue skills, it's that one. Okay. In that case... probably that one. Reviving our companions with our inhaler. Bring them back into the fight. Why not? So we have got a couple of things to potentially do. This one, speak to Sofia. She wants to speak to us in Byzantium, but if we are supposed to be keeping up appearances and maybe playing on a bit of a, not quite a double, yeah, it is, it's like a double agent, isn't it? We should really go and see what she has to say. Could be a trap, but we're quite capable of fighting our way out of any trap that they lay for us, no doubt. So we might do that, and then of course the important one is to get to the Hope and skip it to Terra 2. So yeah, we'll continue on in the next session to see just how this is going to pan out. I am kind of interested at this point to see what happens here. But yeah, that'll be next time. It's a slightly longer session, but there you go. So yes, the next session might well be the last one, I get a feeling. So until then, see you soon.